See, that's that alfalfa field again. See those buildings in the background? You see how it ain't dirt anymore? And how fast that shit grew back? Then they're gonna do, I don't know how many crops they do, how many harvests they get out of this a year. Probably 4. That's what I assume. From what I know and understand, certain crops harvest a certain amount of times during a year. You could harvest it. I think it's like 4 on the average of any kind of crop like this, because that shit be growing like weeds, you know? So that's why they could do it 4 times. Then I would assume something like apples or fruit or vegetables, they ain't harvesting that shit no 4 times a year. And I think the average person knows that. I believe that's a yearly crop. And it doesn't really fucking matter. Because those things are seasonal. They go by the season. It don't matter when you plant them shits, I don't think. They go by the season, and they go by the sun and the moon. The seasons. That's what makes the seasons, the sun and the moon. It's the firehouse again. Yeah, the sun and the moon make the seasons, how far the sun is away. You know, how close and how far it's away. Makes the earth hot and cold. And it depends on your position on the planet. What position are you in? That makes a difference also. So, I really don't know what to say about out here. All I know is this place got to be close to the equator. Go to southwest. It's hot, but it ain't hot like it usually be. It ain't hot like it usually be. Usually it'd be like intense. It's not intense. It's not intense at all. It's not intense at all. Not intense at all. Come on, it's coming. No? Yeah, it's not intense at all. It was intense last month. Last month it was hot as fuck. I mean, horrible. Unbearable. If you look at some of my videos from last month, you would hear all the discomfort I was in. But I still was in it. Because I know once I toughed it out, it will make everything easy. So if I was to stay here in this place for years, I know that I will be acclimated. Because my body's looking for last year. And I was here last year. So I don't know how. I think it'll take about a year to acclimate. Probably about a year. Probably about a year to acclimate to an area. What people don't know is that you have to eat the fruit and vegetables and even the meat if you're going to do that. In the area where you move to. I don't care if you was a hobo or a nomad type of a person, a wanderer, a drifter. If you're going to be in a certain geographical area for a minute, you got to eat that stuff. And you got to drink that water. You got to drink that water in that area too. Because it's going to be raining in that area. Even in the desert it rains. Maybe not much, but it rains. And there's water all the time. And no matter where you go, it's like they say, like if you're gonna eat like honey, it's better to eat the local honey and not some shit from like another part of the world or like another part of the country. Go to like some kind of like farmer's market that's in town, whatever town you in. You always got people selling their wares and their goods or whatever the hell. And you got to eat that stuff if you want to get optimal nutrition and have tip-top acclimation, I would guess you would say, to that area, you know, on the map, you know, geographically. And it's that simple. That's another reason why a lot of people get sick. Especially traveling. That's why they want you to be taking all those shots and all that bullshit. Ain't nobody taking all that shit. Shit ain't that important to me. Because I want to see a place or go to another country and see something. A country that gives me permission to enter. I'm not trying to take a whole bunch of shots and all that shit. That's why it's a business too. It's a business. Same way like you're talking about, if you go to Mexico, don't drink the water. Shit. The water here is the bottom of the barrel. And that's a fucking fact. The water here in AZ is the bottom of the barrel. And that's the truth. They say it's the end of the Colorado River. So by the time the water gets this down country, downhill, because the further you go west, the more mountains there are. And that shit's from coast to coast. You got the Great Northwest, and then you got the New England area. And even when you go along in the middle, like up there, you got the Adirondacks mountain range. You come down further towards the middle of the United States, you got like the Appalachian Mountains. Then you go over to the west, you got the Rocky Mountains. Rocky Mountain Range. That runs throughout the United States, all up into Canada. Like that. That's in the runs of the Northwest. And the water up there is close to the cold. And the ice melts. And stuff trickles down. Water finds its own level. That's why a lot of people say the earth is flat. Because water finds its own level from the mountains. And it's on a slant. It's on a slant. A slant. Like if you use a protractor, that shit's on an angle. Common sense tells me it's not on the curve. If you look at a map of the United States and you measure like elevations, The further up north you are, the further away you are away from sea level. That's like going up. Like if you point up in the sky, that's elevation. And then sea level, basically, you level with the sea. Why do you think they call it sea level? Because something is level, it's flat. People are fucking stupid. Same when you build buildings and stuff. It's level. Like when you lay train tracks across the fucking country, that shit is leveled. Okay? Same way if they were to drop a bomb, they say, well, that town or that city got leveled, you know? And then they always try to make that World Trade Center bullshit. Talking about ground zero. That shit ain't no ground zero. It's just a building that got blowed up, demolished by some thermite type explosives. That's all that shit is. That shit just went boom, 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 a bunch of booms, and it collapsed perfect. Because jet fuel can't burn steel. That shit's impossible. But people are so easy to trick and fool and control. Like how a pimp do a chick. That's how citizens follow the herd. That's why sometimes some people call them sheeple. Because they follow everything. They ain't trying to rock the boat. Let me stay in my own little bubble. I'm good. As long as I can eat, sleep, and shit, and fart, shit, shower, and shave. You know, have some little recreation here and there. And they do that shit until they die. Then when it comes time to collect their Social Security, they're sick already. They sick on the job. Talking about health insurance on the job. That's when you get sick, they can keep you going. I don't give a fuck if you was a coal miner. Your ass would still be digging for fucking whatever's it down in that fucking tunnel. I don't care if you was a bus driver. You're gonna be doing the same shit, just sitting there, driving for hours and hours and hours. The same repetitive shit till your shoulders wear out, your rotator cuffs wear out, and you start getting arthritis in your ankles, and start having to get your knees replaced and all that silly ass shit. Just a trick. Now you retired now, getting some little bullshit retirement check and some Social Security retirement thing, get a couple of checks. It's as if you invested in your job. Then you live out the rest of your life sick as a fucking dog. Because you're gonna be immobile, you're gonna be stationary a lot. So therefore, you're gonna be probably eating more. Plus you're not gonna be, more than likely, you're not gonna be working out. You're not gonna be walking, running, jogging, or doing anything. You're gonna go, well, I'm 65 or 62 or 68, whatever, whenever you give it up. 70, you know. You may have just got finished paying off your student loan. That shit like a mortgage. You got a mortgage and a student loan. You finish paying all that shit off. And you think you better than your neighbor or some shit. Yeah, but you're taking like 10 different pills. You're taking 10 different kind of pills. Just to fucking feel half decent, which is fucking crazy. Because once you sit around, you retire, like say you used to working all the time. Especially if it's a job, you do a lot of work, a lot of hours, a lot of days. Say you only take one day off a week, and you're working like 10, 12 hours a week. Even if it's just 8 hours and you're working 6 days, get that time and a half, or you're working overtime, you know, and all that shit and everything. You do that shit for some years, even that alone will get your ass sick. Period. Because most people, I guess you could say 95% of the people don't even know how to manage their health or manage their body, manage their psyche. They don't. That's where all that stress comes from. Stress don't come from the job. You develop your own stress. Whatever kind of emotions and reactions and responses to whatever stimuli that's in front of you, all that shit your own doing. That's all coming from you. That has nothing to do with anybody else. It's like your 5 senses. Your 5 senses record everything from the time you was a baby, even when you was inside. Your senses are going to record everything. That's what it's going to do. It's going to record everything. You're going to remember. And when you come out, then that's when everything is like brand new. And your senses like explode. You're going to smell stuff. You're going to touch stuff. You're going to taste stuff. And the first face you're going to see when you're able to recognize shit should be your mother's face. That's why when the mother feeds the child, breastfeeds the child, that's why breastfeeding is so important. You bonding. You look at the child in the eyes while you're feeding the child. And the child records your face. So it's using sight to make a record, put you in the memory. You have different kinds of memory. People don't realize that either. That's sight memory. Then you got olfactory memory, which is smell. That's smell memory. Remember what something smells like. Then you can remember how something feels by touching it. That's a different kind of a memory. That's not remembering shit. That's like not like remember what happened yesterday. That's touch memory. Your cells know. You touch it, so you touch something hairy, or let's say you touch a cactus, or a porcupine or some shit, or you touch a furry cat. All that shit goes in your memory. Your touch memory. See? Same with like smell. The same way something you smell. You smell some shit, or you smell some roses. There's like some stink pussy. You know, you automatically know that's no good. because it's a bad smell. So more than likely something's wrong with that box. You don't want to put your face down there. I don't care if you're a straight male or a lesbo. You don't put your face in that. Even a lesbian knows that shit. Okay? I mean, you liable to catch something. You know, that's just from the smell. Same way by sight. That shit has some nasty looking shit on the outside. You ain't gonna put your tongue on that shit. Or if you taste it and it tastes all fucked up, the taste is gonna remember that. And actually, that's not the fucking brain. That's not the brain. That's your taste buds remembering what's going on. That's your taste buds remembering. Because it ain't your brain at all. It ain't your brain. So it's like hearing. When you hear shit, it's like a mother. A mother knows what a baby sounds like when it's crying. It could be like 100 babies in a room. She know her babies cry. See what I'm saying? That ain't memory like remembering what you ate for lunch. You see what I'm trying to say? What I'm trying to say, you see what I'm saying? That's a fact. So, you got